I'm assuming you guys can see the screen just fine, the slide deck. So now or forever hold your peace for the rest of the session. My name is Kate Gibbons, and I work at OCP, One Commercial Partner, and I'm the COSAL Product Marketing Manager, and I'm joined by my colleague, Brian Levinson. Brian, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Brian Levinson. I'm a program manager within the commercial marketplace team, where I specialize in release and delivery. So effectively, evangelism, advocacy, and readiness.
Perfect. So what we want to make sure that you guys understand today are these objectives, which is what audiences are reached when you publish to the commercial marketplace and how that impacts co-selling, as well as best practices for publishing. So things like offer type and best practices and things like that Brian's going to walk you through. And then how you can access resources and further help for publishing your offers. So let's take this up pretty high to start this conversation. And let's talk about the ways with which partners can reach customers with Microsoft. So we have sellers, we have our reseller channel, and then we have direct web engagement. So when you think about sellers, that seller could be an enterprise seller, so someone like a Microsoft AE. It could be one of our demand response sellers that focuses on the SMB space. I'm not expecting you to remember these acronyms. I'm just giving you examples. And then we also have our reseller channel that we can share and receive customers through. And then we also have web direct. So that when we talk about web direct and product, what we're talking about is direct customer engagement through the commercial marketplace. So that would be Azure Marketplace or AppSource as those storefronts. So I want to bring, since we're talking specifically about co-sell today and benefits, and there's a new tooling aspect to this in Partner Center, I want to bring sort of the benefits to you, and then we'll go deeper into actually the commercial marketplace integration with Brian. So there are several benefits, but the key ones that are related to co-sell are that our partners can now receive all of their referrals in one single place. And what that means is the referral is what we send back and forth. Sometimes a partner is sending it to us, and sometimes we're sending it to a partner. So today they have potentially a bifurcated or trifurcated experience, and bringing these things into Partner Center, they have them in one place so they can really understand what kind of customer acquisition they are receiving from Microsoft and sharing with Microsoft in the same place. We also have a modern API connection, and what that means is we've built an API that connects from Partner Center into the partner CRM system. So they would no longer have to then go into UX of Partner Center and go in and manage their deals that are in there and things that they're receiving. So that's a much higher quality of just delivering that into their own system. They don't have the tax or burden of going into Partner Center if they integrate that API. We also have better direct Microsoft seller connection. So in Partner Sales Connect, you may or may not be aware that partners, we would say, basically share with Microsoft. Well, that sharing with Microsoft can mean a lot of different things. So what we've done is we've built specifications in those CTAs when partners are sharing with us, so we can route to a more specific Microsoft seller to have quicker engagement and better engagement and hopefully close that deal faster. We also have the commercial marketplace integration, and what that means is that instead of publishing in Cloud Publishing Portal or an OCP GTM, we're bringing that together so that your offers can live collectively, and then we can send them out to different audiences depending on what your business needs and goals are. We also have better customer matching, and what that means is when a partner is sharing with us, instead of typing in a free form field that says Starbucks, for example, we can actually say Starbucks with a specific Dunes ID number. So it's a better customer match, which helps move the process along and creates better outcomes for our customers as well as our partners. I know that was a lot, so if there's any questions. Perfect. I just wanted to refresh everyone with the criteria for getting a solution co-sell ready. I'm not going to drain this slide. There is an entire other Ask Me Anything specific to this But I did want to refresh everyone's memory a little bit that there are requirements for these, and one of those requirements is actually to have a Microsoft marketplace listing, so be listed in AppSource or Azure Marketplace, and that we do highly recommend a trial or transact listing, which Brian will go into in the next couple of slides. Brian, do you want to take it away?
Yep, thank you. And I literally just took it away, so I now have control of the slides. As Kate was describing, really around the commercial marketplace, the partner center, and kind of this direction that we're heading, I want to start by just kind of providing a little bit of background in terms of this commercial marketplace. What is this? Why do we care about it? And really then, how does it start to benefit you as partners and Microsoft's ecosystem inclusive of customers? And then we'll talk a little bit about where these are starting to come together so that we have that desired state of the future where we really have that simplified, intuitive, pain-free process for selling through and with Microsoft. And so the first thing that I just kind of want to talk about on this slide is really starting left to right, ground us in the terminology and the commercial marketplace platform and commerce system. On the slide, you'll see the term publishers. This really refers to Microsoft partners who publish or create offerings within our commercial marketplace. Every good marketplace has two sides to the equation. There are providers, those people and organizations that are bringing products and offerings, plans and SKUs and the capabilities and solutions. And then, of course, the buyers, the customers, the individuals and organizations who are looking for solutions to their business problems, who are looking for software to further their government agency mission. And really, it's these two sides coming together that our platform is designed to fully enable. Microsoft partners go into Partner Center, the aptly named portal where a partner can manage your relationship with Microsoft from MPN, Microsoft Partner Network, benefits, incentives, etc., including the commercial marketplace offering creation and management. Within Partner Center, we've consolidated and are continuing to consolidate a number of different publishing platforms and portals: Cloud Partner Portal, Seller Dashboard, the OCP co-sell publishing experience. This is all coming together within Partner Center so that not only do you have the single place to manage your relationship with Microsoft, but you also create offerings in one location, manage them in one place, whether it's software as a service, platform infrastructure, professional services, consulting or managed services, or add-ins that enhance Microsoft's products directly. And as you publish these through the Partner Center experience, they all live in a single catalog side by side with Microsoft's products. The commerce platform, the catalog that houses Azure, Office and Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, all of these SKUs and offerings sit in that same catalog side by side with your products and your offerings as Microsoft partners, with consistent transaction rules, deployment, billing, and merchandising. And then we've opened up our sales channels, those that we've cultivated over the last couple of decades, to allow you to sell in the same way that Microsoft does. The first way is through the web and in-product experiences. We have two web stores: Microsoft AppSource for industry and business solutions, line of business buyers, folks looking for finished solutions, maybe add-ins that extend capabilities within Office applications, Teams apps, Dynamics 365 solutions, and then Azure Marketplace for IT and developer audiences. If I'm the developer and I'm building a solution and I want a VM image, maybe an OS, maybe I want a container image or an IoT edge module, or I'm an IT professional looking for management solutions, security solutions, both of these web stores are available through browsers with a public URL, as well as then in the products. If I were to open up Teams and click the plus button to add an app into Teams, that's actually taking me into AppSource, automatically filtered to show me only those solutions that are compatible with Teams. When I go into the Azure portal, and I go to manage and create a new resource, when I click the plus button to create a new resource, I'm now actually in Azure Marketplace. These are really powerful, unique experiences that Microsoft can provide to partners to put your solutions right in front of customers within the context that they need and are looking for solutions. Now, that's just the direct to customer motion. We also have co-sell, of course, that we know and love, and that's selling with Microsoft's field or sales organization. And then we also have a network of 70,000 plus resellers. The program is called Cloud Solution Provider. And when you create the offering in our commercial marketplace, with simply the check of a box and configuration with providing the right bill of materials, you can make your offering available in the catalog that our CSP partners use so that the resellers can bundle your software, your solutions into services that they provide to customers. So what this means is that through direct to customer, through the web and in product, through co-selling with Microsoft sales teams, and through selling through Microsoft resellers, you can reach a tremendous volume of customers around the world in the way that they want to buy and in the context that they're comfortable procuring. And as we look at the way that the publishing experience is designed and continues to evolve over the coming months, while today you may have a multiple step publishing process, you create an offering for the commercial marketplace, and then you create an offering for OCP GTM, and to make sure that we can co-sell. In the future, where we're going to is that you go into Partner Center and you create one offering. It's the same product, but what you do is you publish messaging, materials, the pitch decks, the value prop that speaks to the audience to whom you're trying to reach. And that might be Microsoft's sellers. Look how much Azure consumed revenue this product drives. It makes Office deployments more sticky and enhances entitlement activations. Or maybe it talks to a reseller. We offer you margin, we enhance your managed services, et cetera. And so that's really the vision of where we're going as co-sell and commercial marketplace come together. But I want to talk a little bit more about what we have available today with the commercial marketplace. As we start to think, though, about what you can create, there's also a few steps around how do you do it. And the important thing to kind of mention here is that while we've made our publishing process simple and continue to simplify it and want it to be as powerful as possible, there are still some strategic decisions that you as a partner, as a software provider or services provider, will want to think about before you even get into Partner Center. And these are basically, how are you selling, what are you selling, and why are you selling it? You'll want to have a go-to-market strategy. How do you want to sell your product? Do you want to go through resellers, through the web directly? How do you monetize your product? Is it based on consumption? Is it a flat rate on a monthly basis? Or do you sell in 3-year commitments? Is it based on tickets resolved, consumption of particular features, freemium with a premium option on top of that? And then, of course, the marketing and branding around how do you message your product? What name do you want it to have? How do you speak to that audience? And then, of course, who is that audience? Who are the personas that you want to reach with your product? And in defining the personas, in defining the target audience and the segments for whom your product is relevant, this will all drive and determine how you configure the offering when you're creating it in Partner Center. Checking the boxes for specific industries is really quite simple. Deciding which industry you want to reach might be a little bit more difficult, but is hopefully part of your product strategy. And so these are things that you've likely already done or are doing on an ongoing basis, working with marketing teams, product management. And so these are all things that you'll want to think about even before you sit down to create that offering in Partner Center for customers directly, for co-sell, and for resellers, really to make sure that you're speaking to the audience as effectively as possible. Now, to get a little bit more tactical, there are 4 primary offer types available for the commercial marketplace. And really starting from left to right, we'll go from simplest and quickest to most robust and the optimal customer experience. And when we think about where the commercial marketplace has been, how we've approached co-selling, and where we see it going into the future, we've started with, and again, this is the simplest, fastest, easiest, and also potentially least valuable offer type, is really a listing. This is effectively an ad. It's a description of your product, why a customer should fall in love with it, what problems it solves for them, and the call to action is contact me. What that does on the back end is effectively generates a lead and routes it to the CRM system that you have configured for that offer. The customer has requested that they want to be followed up with, and will also generate leads if they engage with the offer appropriately. And that call to action, as I mentioned, is really contact me. It's an ad. A trial is basically the same thing, except the call to action, rather than please contact me, is to initiate a trial. The customer, when they click that call to action button, it takes them to the website that's configured so that they can then go initiate the trial. What this basically does is not only does it give them a trial, but it gives you a much more highly qualified lead, because you know that customer has taken that extra step, not just clicking a button to say, hey, I want to learn more, but actually gone through the process of seeking to learn more. And they're now in your product, in your system, hopefully falling in love and realizing how much better life is now that they're using your product. The BYOL offer type, which stands for bring your own license, is a particularly interesting offer type that really makes a seamless process for customers to transition from on-premises into the cloud. For example, if I'm a customer, maybe I'm in IT and I manage data centers or infrastructure. Maybe we have a whole bunch of firewalls running on premises in our data center, and we want to move to Azure. We really do. But we've invested very heavily in our on-premises infrastructure and software. And working through with my company, with my CFO, we really can't let that investment go to waste. And as a software vendor, my software vendor would really like me to continue using what I've bought, because we have a relationship and I would like to upgrade at some point. With BYOL, or bring your own license, the offer allows the customer to deploy software in the cloud and then apply that same license into the cloud infrastructure and carry forward their investment. The other area where that's relevant is if I now, as a software provider, have invested heavily in either building or buying e-commerce capabilities or commerce in general, and I want to transact through the commerce capabilities that I already have, then a bring your own license type allows seamless deployment directly into an Azure subscription or provisioning directly into my system, but then I can sell the license somewhere else. And the last offer type, this transactable offer type, or get it now, is really how Microsoft views this, the most seamless customer experience. A customer, either through the web or in products or working with a reseller or Microsoft sales team, can go all the way from finding, discovery, evaluation, maybe trial, proof of concept, all the way through to transacting and buying the solution, to fully deploying and provisioning it in one seamless flow. Now, with a transactable offering, as a customer, I receive a consolidated bill for everything I've bought through Microsoft's commercial marketplace, as well as Microsoft products directly. In Azure Marketplace specifically, the purchases go onto my Azure subscription and the associated payment method. That might be invoicing, it might be a pay-as-you-go credit card, but I'm receiving one bill for Azure infrastructure as well as those commercial marketplace purchases, which means that as a software provider, you're benefiting from Microsoft's procurement relationship, the contract that may already exist between a customer and Microsoft for purchases. Microsoft is responsible for billing and collections. But because our commercial marketplace operates on an agency model, you as a software provider define the price, which Microsoft does not change, and the terms of use, which again, Microsoft does not change. The agreement for software use is between the customer and your organization. The price is between the customer and your organization. Microsoft is responsible for billing and collections, and that purchase agreement that basically says the customer promises to pay what they owe. So these are the 4 offer types, but then there's a large number of products that we can support. And I don't want to spend very much time on this slide other than to just call out one stat and then also mention that the slides will be available for download and access later.
Brian,
yes.
The slides were jumping ahead of where I think you were.
Oh, transactable offers drive results?
That's not what's on my screen. I have referral and co-sell resources, but maybe I'm the only one.
That's what I see as well, Kate.
Okay, so back up the train. Brian.
Interesting. I don't know how.
Here, let me take control and I'll do it for you.
Perfect. Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll just prompt you to move the slides forward.
Yeah. Which slide?
Slide one back.
Publishing.
Slide 11.
Okay, cool. There we go.
I'm still seeing the referrals and co-sell resources slide.
I'm on transactable offers. Okay, maybe we stop presenting and represent. Hold on.
Because I know these slides so well, I can keep speaking to them as they pop back up. So there's one stat that I want to make sure to call out. And then, of course, you can check out the slides later. We'll make sure that they're published. And that one statistic is that we have multi-million-dollar deals going through the commercial marketplace. And the reason that I want to call this out is that in conversations that I have with folks at Microsoft, folks at our partners organizations, we often receive, I'd say, somewhere between feedback and questions about our customers, our organizations really buying through digital marketplaces, cloud marketplaces. And the answer is yes, they really are. Through Forrester studies and other analyst research, we're seeing that not only is this trend and purchase preference shifting, well, it's made the shift in the consumer space, it's occurring in the enterprise, government, SMB, SMC spaces of organizations of all sizes. But we also are seeing it truly occur within Microsoft's ecosystem and commercial marketplace, where we had a $13 million deal occur just a couple of months ago. And that's not the first or the last multi-million-dollar deal that's flowed through our commercial marketplace. So I wanted to call out and really just highlight that one statistic because that is so representative of the momentum that we're seeing with software providers and customers coming together through cloud marketplaces. On the next slide, we'll see a table of the different product types, delivery models that are supported with the commercial marketplace. Kate, if you don't mind moving to the next slide. Perfect. I won't spend too much time on this slide. I do want to be cognizant of the time we have left, but just to highlight that there are a lot of different delivery models, everything from software as a service, built as standalone software within your infrastructure, to VM images that deploy directly into the customer's infrastructure, and everything in between with add-ins and Azure applications, IoT edge modules, etc. Let's move to the next slide, please. Really just one thing to call out here, although there's a lot of very exciting things taking place with the Marketplace Rewards program. But the most important thing to really just highlight is that from the moment you publish an offering, whether it's a listing all the way up through a transactable offering, and then as you generate revenue and sales, you unlock benefits that help enhance demand generation, sales enablement, et cetera, for your product, for your offering. And so with Marketplace Rewards, our intention as Microsoft is to help you both optimize your offering as well as then drive sales of it through the commercial marketplace. Next slide, please. Just a couple of resources to leave to get started where you can learn more about the commercial marketplace, some videos that show demos as well as how to get started with the different offer types. But really the point that we wanted to really kind of articulate today is that the commercial marketplace unlocks all 3 sales channels for your organization that Microsoft uses to sell our own products. It allows customers to have a consolidated bill a simplified payment methodology, and leverage the procurement relationship that they already have with Microsoft to really reduce friction in procuring your solution, as well as unlocking the ability to sell through Microsoft resellers and co-sell with Microsoft. In the future, over the coming months, we'll see that publishing process consolidate and simplify so that you create one offering with the bill of materials relevant for each audience and really have the most seamless and simple experience co-selling with Microsoft. And Kate, I think we've got some great referral and co-sell resources.
Yeah, so one thing I just wanted to make sure and to bring to your attention is there are many resources that you can learn more about co-selling, referrals, and publishing a marketplace through here and discover your own cadence. And I encourage you that once you get this deck to review it and to check out these resources to help guide you along what's best for your business. Any questions? Brian and I talked pretty much the whole time. It's as the title says, it's Ask Us Anything.
That's great. I don't see any additional questions in the chat. I did post the links to different AMAs that are highlighted within Microsoft Partner Community based off the question that Brian had asked earlier.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So yeah, if there are no additional questions, I will collect this PowerPoint from the two of you and send it out to everyone that's attended the morning and the afternoon sessions, and we'll go from there. And then as soon as the link is ready for the next AMA, which is happening in early April, we will be sure to share that out with everyone that's attended this presentation today.
Great. Thank you all for your time, and we look forward to seeing you in the Microsoft Partner Community.
Thanks, everybody.